What is going on, YouTube? It's AvrillR32 here. Just wanted to bring you guys a quick well, I guess you could say another thank you video and kind of an updated deck profile. The last one got over 100 views, and it's actually pretty insane. It was my Uria deck profile, my Uria OTK / control deck profile, and that one had 3 dualities in it. This one now has 2. I haven't really been able to test with the deck a lot, but I threw in this one-day piece just to be able to. I'll explain it later. But first of all, I wanted to thank you guys for 52 subscribers. It's not a lot, but we're finally getting somewhere. Once I posted that video on Vexy's, which was really bad, I'm going to do a re-upload on my channel. So if you came from Vexy's channel and sub to me, thank you for subscribing. If you want an updated Chronomaly deck list, be sure to like this video. So I will also have an updated Chronomaly deck list, and I'm going to go in more depth because I felt that I didn't understand how stuff worked. Like Maku Mech, I didn't understand how that worked. So I'm going to do a re-upload of that on my channel. So without further ado, I wanted to bring you guys a special deck profile because you guys are freaking awesome. 52 subs. Keep on spreading the word about this channel. If you want a shout out, just send me a message. I give shout outs for free. You know, just send me a message or comment on this video if you want a shout out, and if you want more deck profiles of this, like and favorite this video, all that good jazz. So we are going to jump into this amazing gold medal championship gaming athletic Yu-Gi-Oh gaming outstanding deck profile. So in case you guys don't know, Uria, Lord of Searing Flames, is one of the most, well, not one of the most greatest, but one of the coolest sacred beasts out there. It cannot be normal summoned or set. It must be special summoned from your hand by sending 3 face-up trap cards you control to the graveyard, and cannot be special summoned by other ways. This card gains 1,000 attack for each continuous trap card in your graveyard. If I could scroll over the effect. Once per turn, you can target one set spell or trap card your opponent controls. Destroy that target, and spell and trap cards cannot be activated in response to this effect's activation. So if he uses his effect to pop spells and traps, you cannot activate anything in response to it. Also, I apologize if you hear any talking in the background. And also, I'm trying to talk louder because in my Chronomaly deck list, I was trying to talk as loud as I could, but I just woken up. So, and I really wanted to get that video done because I was going to be busy the rest of the day. And I wasn't going to make a video for you guys today, but I decided, you know what, 52 subs, I'm good with that. So, to start off the deck list, we have 3 card Ds. The point of card D is obviously, as you can see, you run a crap ton of traps and barely any spells and barely any monsters. The reasoning for this is because you want to be able to add consistency to your deck, and you want to be able to draw as much as you can. You could throw in a 3rd Uria if you felt necessary, so that you can be able to draw it quicker. I felt that 2 was fine, but if you want to try 3, go on ahead. Sanguine, because in case you didn't notice, Uria has 0 attack and defense. So does Tragodia, and so does card D. So Sanguine, you can search any of your monsters. Tragodia, because the deck can get a huge hand, because you're going to have a huge back row to be able to help protect your Uria and to be able to have 3 face-up continuous trap cards to get off your Uria. So Tragodia is just another huge beat stick for the deck. And then, of course, double Uria, self-explanatory. It's reason why it's in here. It's a good card in the deck. For the spells, we have 1 Book of Moon, 1 Heavy Storm, 2 Potted Duality. I know in my last video it was 3. People were getting angry saying you can't have 3 of this for the new September ban list, blah, 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 blah. But that I was incorrect, so I might go and change the title on that, but I just might leave it the same since it's already over 100 views. So, anyways, 2 Potted Duality. Once again, consistency, consistency, consistency. You really don't explode with this deck. The only time that you really do special summon is when you're dropping Tragodia, which gets around Duality because it's on the next turn, and then Uria, which is on your turn, which you're obviously going to just use Duality to get Uria to your hand. 3 Accumulated Fortune. Yes, you can make chains with this deck because of all the continuous traps. You run triple Reckless Greed and triple Jar Greed for a reason. So being able to chain that Accumulated Fortune, get that free +2 draw, is really good. Also, if you go, let's say for example, I have a back row of Jar of Greed, Legacy of Yaudagrasu, Metal Reflect Slime. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. Reckless Greed. Well, no, I'm sorry. A Jar of Greed, a Legacy, a Metal Reflect Slime, and 2 Accumulated Fortunes, and you go Heavy Storm, and then I go Chain Jar of Greed, Chain Legacy, Chain Metal Reflect Slime, Chain Accumulated Fortune. You can chain an Accumulated Fortune to an Accumulated Fortune and get you another extra 2 draws. But you cannot do Accumulated to an Accumulated to an Accumulated because there's already 2 cards of the same name in the chain. So, just in case you guys didn't know that. Chains can be really confusing, especially with this kind of deck in Chain Burn as well. 3 Phoenix Chain, because not only is it a continuous trap card, but if your opponent's trying to go off with crazy effects, you just slow him down with that Phoenix Chain right then and there. Imperial Custom. What he does is face-up continuous trap cards cannot be destroyed except for Imperial Custom. You can only control one face-up Imperial Custom. So, basically, your Imperial Custom protects all of your continuous traps, so if your opponent tries to blow it up, nope, Imperial Custom. Sup. And then you can easily just drop Uria from there. 3 Jar of Greed, draw power. 3 Legacy, draw power. And if your opponent's randomly using a Spirit Monster, draw 2 cards. Metal Reflex Line, because it's another, once again, another continuous trap card. And it's a good 3,000 wall. So, combined with Imperial Custom, they can't blow it up. So you have a 3,000 wall sitting there that can't be destroyed by... that just can't be destroyed. And also, another thing with Uria, like I said, he gains 1,000 attack for each continuous trap in the grave. So by getting these other traps in your graveyard, you're able to basically thin your deck out to where all you have left is continuous traps. So if they end up popping your continuous trap cards, you're just fueling Uria. So if your opponent ends up trying to pop your back row, okay, thank you. You just sent 3 continuous traps to the grave. Might make my Uria even stronger. 3 Reckless Greed, it's chainable, just like the Jar of Greed, the Legacies, and the Accumulateds, and pretty much every trap in this deck is chainable. And, so it's just another good draw, too. And even though you got to stay up your next 2 draw phases, just activate Reckless at your end phase. No big deal. Double Safe Zone. I honestly have been thinking about running 3. It really all depends on player preference. I prefer 2. It helps protect your Uria, basically. And if, once again, Imperial Custom will protect the safe zone, thus protecting your Uria. So in a way, Imperial Custom basically protects your Urias as well, combined with safe zone. Scrub Raid. What this does is, during the battle phase, you can send 1 card you control to the graveyard, except this card, to end the battle phase. So you can have, let's say, a face-up Sangan. They go attack your Sangan. No, Scrub Raid. Send Sangan to the graveyard, end your battle phase, and then search with Sangan. And another continuous trap. Skill Drain. Okay, calm your horses, calm your horses, calm your horses, boy. I'm using Skill Drain for a good reason. Number 1, card deed gets around it. Number 2, Sangan gets around it, obviously. And number 3, if you're about to drop Uria, just get the Skill Drain off the field. I was thinking about honestly taking it out because it can hurt you in some situations. But if you already have Uria on board, you're just going to sit with that Skill Drain in your hand. 1 Solemn Judgment, in case your opponent tries to do anything fancy schmancy. And 3 Zoma the Spirit. It's just one of those good cards that if you're trying to push for game, you can just go, okay, at your end phase, Zoma, switch to attack mode, draw, or I'm sorry, at end phase, Zoma, draw, switch to attack mode, attack. You take damage, I don't, GG. And I threw this in just at the last minute, when the new ban list had changed. I just threw this in because I didn't really know what else to throw in. You have to be able to replace 1 Potted Duality with 1 spell. So instead of 2 Potted Dualities, you would have to throw in either an extra spell or an extra draw power trap card. Or trap cord? I think I just said trap cord. I meant trap card. And I honestly thought about 1 Day of Peace. And I was thinking about maybe taking out, like, a Jar of Greed, a Reckless Greed, and that would be it. Just take out a Jar of Greed and a Reckless Greed and then throw in 2 more 1 Day of Peace. And then you would have 3 1 Day of Peace. So yes, you would have 2 extra spells, but it would still be a 44. It would still be a 40 card deck, and you would still be getting that +1, just like you would from Jar of Greed and Legacy. So if you want to try it out, take out Jar of Greed and Legacy, and throw in 2 1 Day of Pieces. Because honestly, I don't want to have one random 1 Day of Peace in there because that's just, no, bad decks. For the extra deck. I just kind of like, threw some stuff in. Obviously, you can't make Shockmaster, but just random stuff that you could possibly make. Obviously, like I just said, you can't make Shockmaster. So, but Tragodia, you can manipulate his level to certain ones. And Uria is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10-star monster, so you can make a 10-star exceed if you end up dropping 2. But Shockmaster, don't worry about it. You can't make him. Daigusto Phoenix, once per turn, you can detach 1 Exceed material from him to target a face-up wind monster you control this turn. It can attack twice during each battle phase, so you can target himself to attack twice. 2 Gachi, it's possible. 2 card D. Obviously, obviously you wouldn't want to do that, but, push come to shove, you want an Exceed on board, have fun. Gemini Pearl, obviously you can't make. Maestro can't make. Utopia you cannot make. Utopia Ray you can't make. Pretty much, you want your extra deck, like I honestly just threw in like random stuff like Shein and Shadow the 6 Samurai Shein. You can't make that in this deck. um, but you know, it was from like a previous deck I had made, and I don't know why I didn't just start fresh, but I was too lazy. Like already, most of this stuff was in the deck. So I just ended up throwing like several cards in there, and then the extra deck was just the same. Anyways, off topic. But you know, design the extra deck to the way that you feel. Try out Gachi. You know, just try out other stuff. You obviously won't be exceeding a lot, but I think there is a 10-star exceed. I'm not sure. I'm gonna pull that up here real quick. 10 and 10. Yeah, there's Gustav Max, which we don't have yet. Super Dreadnought Railcan Gustav. Yeah, I don't think we have Gustav Max yet. I'm pretty sure that we do, but I can't remember. And then Super Dimensional Robot Galaxy Destroyer, which we do have, but you need 3 level 10s. And Trago is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, yeah, so Trago's Trago is a level 10, so you could do both of your Urias and your Tragodia, and you can make Super Dimensional Robot Galaxy Destroyer, and once per turn you can detach the material from him to destroy all spells and traps your opponent controls, and your opponent can activate spells and traps in response to this card's activation. So essentially it's a Uriah with 5,000 attack points, so you could just exceed all 3 of these guys together. You know, maybe pop a couple cards with your Urias real quick, then exceed with your Tragodia and your 2 Urias, make him, pop all the spells and traps, and swing for 5,000 per game. So actually, just take that out and throw in one of him. So, let me know what you guys thought about this deck. I know that my last one got a crap ton of views, so if you guys could please support this video with a like, and maybe even a favorite, maybe even a comment if you wanted to, as well, to show me how I can be able to make this deck better. Would I suggest that you take it to a regional or a YCS? Sure, but make your side definitely prepared for every meta deck, because this deck, I mean, it's slow. I'm gonna admit it can be slow. It's not like Wind Up Loop, Shockmaster, Mace Stroke, Utopia Ray, you know. So, and I mean, I'm telling you, even on DN, you're gonna get that hand of 5 traps. It's going to happen most of the time. And so you're really just going to have to stall out and wait until you draw your Uriah, and then you can be able to push for game. So it's definitely an OTK and control build. I hope you guys enjoyed this updated version. And once again, if you want a shout out, you know, just send me a message, comment down below, like and favorite this video, and it encourages me to make more videos. And thank you guys for 52 subscribers. It feels good. I have not had 52 subscribers since maybe before I very first started. So, and once again, if you're coming from Vexy's channel, I will have an updated Chronomaly deck list. It'll probably be the same thing, and I'll just go more in depth because my explanations were amateur at best, I felt. So that is it for everything. I will see you guys in the next video, and goodbye.